kenkan nyina emfama saa na Facebook live streaming so betimi a comment e wo ho bre pam no mekọ na ma kọ na ma kenkan nyina so e dia ma ne mpanyimfo bia mu yenua Solomon Owusu National Communication Team member de ma MPP amanyuko yewra lankojo chiremantin campaign team so odimon tentema pa solo kaba apomi ade ahwe blue saa no MPP colors
MPP na de wo ye de gine mu a ye mpa ba so da party betumi age Ghana ora chiremantin so chiao
eje no so
chia Ghana fo nyina
atens da be no ba be srai
wa be srai mo I say ye she Greater Accra to last year o be fa so so men kan chem say ya wa da be ya cash platform
the cash platform
yes
obechiska
oze
obechiska
be contribution say amanyosem ye din ko foko kakra ne de amanyosem
okay
e be launch o da Accra International Conference Center
okay
ya wada and part non kron ken
okay
eto nsi afre mu nyina na o se mumra meboa no na the great transformational planner was 2025 for the Ghana for no edimu
alankash ya oni so obechiska no fe obejisika
abi o pese o mama moni efe se ne be ya obi amfa nchenchere a chenchera ne de andana kwae yeshempa na mu nyina mu fam kakra e ma meboa dwumadi no Ghana for ye pe leader obetumi aso ye eno nti no momra na mmeboa ye the short code no ye launch wi a beto ama man sa nyina hu obi a contribute ama Ghana no abekra be
yenua Haruna Amaliba Kingsley National Communication Team member the Opposition National Democratic Congress yera John Dramani Mahama campaigns with Dimuntintamai kuma wo by election penyufo ko ono ka ho bi
ohoy
kuma
wo ko go
Amaliba
so ko
yenua sami
apomi ade na o party flags no e
oze
o party flags na group
I say on for my jar bag ni say they make an abrabo
hey we rate me for party flag
no
we jar party no
be metin be materials na maja
em pesa bi chese we rate me feel
never you rate me finish
we jar party no party
and now my phone go sam no don't worry I'll bring it ugu sam say me want to say abrabo no
okay this is unofficial say we bag mu I can allow you to walk out from this
oni wa to atwere ba bi odi pa no go fa
o mic na here you are locking me up. You know it.
On break time, I will.
Very well. Don't worry about that.
So hello.
So almost make my production to my before.
No problem.
Part of your brand.
Good. I say Ghana Police Service, no MPP abano. Where there is service, there is no integrity. Where there is integrity, there is no service.
Okay. Anyway, Yenchen Commonality Firm Free Asen North MP no and Supreme Court William Mode Abba. Solo, what's your take about this ruling?
Yanchia Yahefobia na Menchia Kingsley. Na working can you man no one of them would David na Betiasia in ruling nearby. You see an Anriana or my son's sorry producer my. Okay, or Adamusa Candy. Yenuanum NDC for share. Be also you can bill.
You don't have the accent, though. You can't pronounce the name, so stop it. Move on. Because Adamusa Kende versus another gentleman, anonymous.
Gati. Yenya Adamusa Kende versus Bill. Yes, so you can na Oboko. Adamu ko far forms. Adamu firm ko ye campaign. One yenya Mahama Yarga. A contest election. We know you Mama Yargabo. Adamu ko parliament, yes, swearing in. Adamu Tuana or say, yes, you can be say Adamu Engrata at the time or Kwakofa form no. Na onye Ghana Ninkwa, then Okuta Ghana British passport and as a citizenship. And until I say Ghana Mrano any India. And yes, so penny. What the old how partner say was I do my you do Biako as a parliamentarian, that's what you'll be in the free for. Be a bit so big. As that time, you catch your NDC for some more your force, I move any year. Now the Supreme Court make a biana baba yemra. Oh, mine. Ye, that time they almost know about them. tita. Adamu court one day, yes, ruling as so, judgment as so. Can't we na Adamu and Akudi in Sawami. Adamu dia rewa na demu. Etwa na mo de ensiedo. Eno ntina ye free se Adamu dia ne be yesuade anase suahunu ama obi a wan na dwe so be komra hye bedwum. Nanso asodi wo ni ntin ye bo obi a ne didi. Ana 2020 na say 2020 election. Any GYAKYE QUAYSON. In fact, the problems started in 2019. Abrana NDC be amakwenya se obi a opeso o contest asense a north city no omra. NDC members wo asen of ankasa anything kan e raise red flag say ora ye tie nim se Canada na otie na ye nim se okuta Canadian citizen ekro ma ye kasa o on top me so obi betumi di ho adanse obeka say na me no tena ya be kan sanse we nyina kire wa no edi bibie ni wa kokoam edi ye mamu en contest owura ne ye ya tumi de fam ti se ye me ka say na no NDC elections amoye on the 13th of May 2023 year ebinum atutu MPs ne free me enim candidates ni bebra omukuta dual citizens enim candidates ni bebra documents na omukura no 4 documents constituencies ni bi wo ho raise red alert ba mo amfa ti mo pass o mo a de o maba na ye nyame mpa ya ye bo ne say nomination ye bia san kofo no fa sa documents na san go rem.
Okay.
Na ye wie na sembra no san bomo ya ba be yi asembe ne yeka NDC as a political party in the year 2015 baby aye tie ya say I have fall under kolokolote be boa
yeah kolokole
be boa ana mo ko yibu bie nomination say obi a opeso o contest parliamentary in primaries ni bia no on fa ne nyoma metu ya sata na nia ma shite ana ye MP for kolokolote ana ezena eso be contest no contesting na otu oyi papa no boho ana papa no e call the high court of the land say masa ezenato enye registered voter tienie anu ntino yan declare elections na emie yi ezenato as a winner of the election as a null and void because only on register as a voter in this country and the Supreme Court for interpretation. In fact, NDC as a political party Supreme Court, no, all argument of the court, no, is captured in this ruling. So, all kind of entire Supreme Court ruling now, and that's something that NDC they call Supreme Court. What am I say? One the office the process of becoming an MP, no, started abra electoral commission AOP nomination. It is our time now, so obi any registered voter in this country. You bet me are disqualified. Then yet NDC primaries, which I even disagree with the Supreme Court because NDC is a public institution. And the abatu bia or more to no, it was set or minor interest to. But then the law is in the bosom of the judges. So I say, if it is 2015 equal. Ye kase election a start abra electoral commission officially akase ne ye bio nomination na ende abra ye close nomination and je honey did determine whether or not we are qualified and as eligible so be contest election sana Supreme Court NDC lawyers and no one make his argument in 2015 e kan oba GYAKYE question they are there ne eka na mate a lot of funny. You have the lawyers, all of a sudden they are throwing their thinking away. Abraham says, Samra, we are near the ball, and Adamusa Kenya. A man called them if you see what one and one said. GYAKYE QUAYSON at the time of filing the nomination in October of 5th October 2020. Now, or you both Ghana and a Canadian. Is that not the case? In fact, we had a lawyer, Ankasa defense of the court now. Or stated in the ruling, our captain said, whether or not no kuta dual citizen was not in doubt, was not in dispute. Just on one lawyer and say, Ampa, on the 5th of October, now you ye ma akonya no se obi betuma be contest elections no right GYAKYE QUAYSON ekuta dual citizenship. So the question is ekuta dual citizenship does it allow you and I say allegiance to 2 different countries, and does it allow you say obe filling nomination or also metana? The answer is an emphatic no. And you know they na omo ka say wa apply renunciation certificate in 2019 no mo fi say beba on time it was immaterial because you see your friend say wonto the mere fact say wa apply visa that's no means also to take it because visa could be refused based on certain factors. And it is a what applies so percent person be a Canadian be wa and not just over for apply because I fill form say person MP because who nim the NTA be to say young person be just so Canadian. For instance, if you the Canadian government tell it ya ma unani fro na betena Ghana say be omuntu mejo musika on be je wiansa no mare na so am e bia na wakodi dwirim bi wo ho wakodi boni bi wo enye easy say ukoya yesi renounce. In any case say idea ukoya na dia man ke ma apply ana say idea na hu hia ana say GYAKYE QUAYSON onim say wo se or renounce wa enka bi gitum say go apply ejina chese eyachiwade ye wono na akwakofa saade we aba. But in all this we blame the political party called the National Democratic Congress. Say omo ye hwan say omama omana boka aba akwakofa candidate ye no na akwa kosise on sem fata so betre merse bedwemu a ene ye ne fira ye sa akwakosa isika de akwakoto aba foforo aba e could have been averted. And you know, there is no ambiguity. Now we go to your friend say section 20 of I don't know now go to know. There any law that is inconsistent with the constitution is null and void. Constitutional article 94(2). I didn't was it you are not qualified to be a member of parliament when you owe allegiance to any country other than Ghana.
Or so you are not qualified as at the time of your election.
No.
If you own allegiance.
That one was a PNDC law on elections. PNDC.
This is the law. A Supreme Court for no ankasa.
And I make us a PNDC law no muko to achirono.
Where Supreme Court for ankasa any a year grant for a year
Section 20.
Council of Elections.
Yes.
That's the Section 20.
Oh,
so is the Supreme Court in the court here, so they made reference to this.
They made reference. They wanted to dispel a certain notion. Now, may catch us say there is no ambiguity. 94 now. There are 2 different criteria. I don't conform Messi to no. There is a qualification and a eligibility. Qualification is just first of all, you must be a citizen of Ghana. You must be 21 years and above. You must be of sound mind. And you must be a registered voter. And sana, what to me, the next stage. Now, eligibility, no, actually, in this all you'll be a what summa mind me, no. And you know, na ye grano, Ninano, a bon. Before say way, or say yes, Shandy. Na me who say, or mine ankasa, to an amon say. Sadie, we young man, ye queen him no, and coach and go for be. And you know, Myanmar buying the new patriotic party are buying a tissue CCA, Etuana Moa. Yatrakoma Parliament, Parliament, Kratrakoma, the Council of State, Airqua, Yebedi Wabobo say, you bet me a bear Musi, Bay Sambra, when if you are now command as Okuta dual citizenship. You bet me a member of Parliament, you bet me a minister, I bet you a friends and secretary to cabinet, and the account. Until say, be free honor. Won't to me, I'm going to be a yay. Now, me who said, National Democratic Congress. If we say apart from GYAKYE QUAYSON, they have no other candidate in Asenof.
You ever call Asenof for and by election we a separate issue.
It will be any one more. Emunda ho really way.
Okay.
More than now more Osana said, yeah, this Sakandi Akakotuno. And so Kokoba and a Sunday deba. Sakande 1 and this one has become Sakande 2. Also, person tribe here. What if America brand new second 3?
Okay. Amaliba, your take on this.
We more Juna
10 minutes.
Share your T4. Your TV so dear, the people of Upper East FA. So I mean, the good people of Tempane constituency. I am so intrigued by the desperate equalization. Minia Penny Solomon advance over, and particularly on the trajectory, the understanding of constitutional law relative to this matter is very porous. And I would like him, or I'll invite him, to pay attention carefully or closely to the provisions of Article 94(2) Assemble Amraneka. But before I do that, no, Mami is has some way to our free war. Sami, Adamu Dramani Sakandi versus Bibil, as was decided by the Supreme Court, is completely different from this matter. In criminal law, there is something they call mens rea and actus reus. The intention of the person and the actions of the person relative to the crime, the purported crime the accused person have committed is very important when the court is deciding on the matter. Adamu Sakandi, at the time of picking a form to contest the Boko Central seat and proceeded to become the candidate of the MPP, contest the primaries, won, picked the form, filed to the Electoral Commission, and proceeded to be elected by the people of Boko Central, knew at the time, they say, hold 3 passports. 1 passport or a Ghanaian, another passport or a Burkinabe, another passport or a British citizen. And after he was sworn into office as a member of parliament, he traveled in several or in separate occasions using his 3 passports. Issue of fraud. Okay? Issue of fraud. We are not doing legalistic anatomical analysis of the cases as decided by the Supreme Court in relation to Adamu Dramani Sakandi and that of GYAKYE QUAYSON. Now, in the case of GYAKYE QUAYSON, what happened? Now, listen to Article 94(2). A person shall not, mandatory, qualified, a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament, member of parliament, not a candidate of a political party. Not a member of parliament. A member of parliament. If he owes allegiance to a country other than Ghana, or has been okay. A person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament. Sammy, let me ask you this humble question. Me too kwai. Me ne me yere ne too kwai no. Me won kwala tu. Me yere nyem. Abushani yesen.
Won kwala tu.
Yes.
O yere nyem.
Yes.
O ya 4.
Why not 5?
Because the share baby nim de enkan enkan.
You ni pa de share ne yam.
Yeah.
Enkan enkan ho.
Anti so e ba wono no.
Fine. And until before the person becomes a member of parliament, at what point in time will be a member of parliament?
After elected by the constituency and as electorate.
That is the commonsensical question the Supreme Court have refused to answer. Commonsensical question. That the court have deliberately, willfully refused to answer. That is why, in the opinion of NDC, we felt that this judgment unfortunately by the highest court is absurd, it's unreasonable, it's preposterous, it doesn't make legal sense, and it cannot stand the test of time. Because in the court, the Constitution says that a person shall not be qualified to be a member of parliament. You recall, the day as Parliament in that 6th of January 2021 about the election of the speaker, when the MPP used some kangaroo means to block the question from even coming to the chamber, it generated a lot of controversies. In contributing to the issues in the floor of Parliament at that very night, Honorable Mahama Ayarga, a member of Parliament for Boko Central, made a very cogent argument in the floor. As someone okay, or say, Mr. Clark, we are behaving like a members of Parliament, we are not. This is a gathering of a members of Parliament elect, okay? Because at that time, not even the previous members were members of Parliament, were they? After every election, we dissolve Parliament. Maybe what? Huh? After every elections, Parliament is dissolved. Now we have the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic. Why not the 1 Parliament continues? Why not the 1st Parliament continues?
So the point really is.
So the point I'm making here is that per the provisions of Article 94(2), a member of Parliament so recognized by the law is a member who has taken an oath in Parliament after he has been duly elected. Now, that's a question. I have mentioned menstrual and active rules. Did he, as someone who owes allegiance to the Canadian government, kept it and concealed it from the Ghanaian authorities when he decided to contest as a North MP? Did he do that? Or started the renunciation far back, I think in March or so in 2020. Unfortunately, there was COVID, force majeure. And the Supreme Court knows this. These circumstances were circumstances beyond human control. Before even let's assume, without admitting that, in granting his request to renounce his allegiance to the Canadian government, there is a need for Canadian government to send delegation to come to Ghana to investigate certain grounds about, okay, for chairman. Young father say or renouncing citizenship to the Canadian government, you know, and who be here say Canada buy best send and betu abedwaku free Canada mo ba Ghana abenhwemu bi afa no ho no mo je nsɛmnisa bi de kɔma Canada ban no wagina so ɛde ne renounce certificate na ma no wɔsɛ wɔn bɛyɛ sɛ adwuma no a COVID nti ya close all borders plane enko bi man so plane so ma obi man so
saa na tie.
I am assuming without admitting. Now I use the word assuming without admitting.
Okay.
And by October, Electoral Commission FB nominations, you know, now the certificate in by, and he duly notified that to the Electoral Commission. Sasem na Okano, by NDC party office. General Senator and others. Echo a sin of war. The Electoral Commission, in fact, the Question provided documents are what they apply for renunciation, no. Any response at Canadian government in their money now. And until October, and the Electoral Commission FB nomination, November and certificate nearby. So please,
so at the point, continue. You continue.
Oh, now the certificate now there, Abba. So don't forget,
I'm not forgetting anything.
that NDCU as a candidate, even a day to the election, if time or space can allow and the law can allow, they can revoke your candidature. You know that?
Yes,
because you are not going as independent candidate.
Yeah.
You are going in the name of the party. And the Article 94(2) does not say that a candidate of a political party or a member of Parliament. And the Supreme Court knows this.
So what's the point?
Please. The party becomes a vehicle on which the person would ride on to become a member of Parliament. Okay? And until you are voted for, even when you are voted for in December 7th, you are MP elect. You are MP elect. Can you, after November 7th, walk to Parliament, December 7th, walk to Parliament, and tell the old MP to say, my friend, get out, I have been voted for? Would you do that? Unless you have shown the oath. We are Kaniba, who for Santa Mamre. Ohine, Eko Akura. Ne yi obi a on Disney Parliament so akofremu aso aye chere o man no oyo hene.
No,
oyo hene. Fine, good. You have answered me. That's okay. You have answered me. And you won't just say be a same kind of. Clear, please. Mami ko. Watu mraben. Mraben watu.
Okay.
And you see, me ba emrada wo kano. Emra no aye niemu nti asem court no say watu, but not the real evidence that support the case.
The NDC court.
Is
an auto case. At the time one.
Don't forget, the Supreme Court, while deciding on cases before it, can depart from the previous rulings.
And
you know that?
They didn't depart the statute.
How do you know that they didn't depart?
How did they depart?
So if you're comparing two cases, please don't. If you're comparing if you're comparing two cases, don't compare apple to mangoes. Compare apple to apples. We are talking about allegiance. We are not talking about qualification for contested elections. Here, the qualification, the grounds for your contestations, rest on Obi Abomo saying he owes allegiance to a foreign country other than Ghana. And I'm saying to you that Article 94.2 now, says that a person does not qualify to be a member of parliament, not a candidate of a political party. In the case of Zenato, it was a candidature, not a member of parliament issue. Not electoral elections to a member of parliament, to parliament. And Sammy, the point I'm making here is that NDC, your ground still remains firm. Article 125 of the Constitution is what? Justice emanated from the people. The people of Asim South, you gave justice in December 7, 2020. The Supreme Court have turned down that justice. You have the right to correct it. Do so. And I'm a court, no LPP are buying who say. And you are not in bed with those kind of issues, and you correct it. And yet, to Jimmy or what about the constraints you are, and yet, you want more and never some drain.
Okay.
Pay them duly. No chair said you are better off than no more.
My main kind first batch of messages. Sammy, you see, the evil three are it again: EC, SC, and MPP. By the will of God shall prevail. We're greeting to you, the captain of the dress ship, and Igbe Mafia. Thank you. As indeed, Ghana is an interesting country, and our democracy is under attack. The Supreme Court of the land is setting a precedent which they will one day be forced to explain their actions. The citizens are watching them closely, and at the high time, the youth will make their own laws. If Ghana belongs to the president and his appointees, or Ghana belongs to the youth. I'm Commissioner the General from Olebu Ablekumano de Abre. Good evening, Hunter. Are you surprised? I'm not. Our court today under Nanado can't work in our interest, but in the interest of the tyrant called Nanado. The judgment does not make sense at all, and it's biased. Lutifafa Frank, communication team member, Ablekuma South. Salaam alaikum. The way devil destroy people, the same thing this MPP government are doing. Fire burn them. Yeni aisa di free isawam zungo no dabre. Amodro Ampem Dako from Asimbiriku, and I would like to talk to you and share some stuff with you concerning this by-election. Okay. Meanwhile, go to Facebook. I can't get your number from here, so go to Facebook, search Hunto TV GH, Hunto TV GH. And then send me Facebook Messenger with your name and then your number. No, I will get in touch. Master Hunter, if this is what the Supreme Court will say about Mr. Quayson, then by logic, one, the Speaker of Parliament is not correct. 2, all the loans taken by Parliament is also a problem. 3, all budgets approved by this Parliament is not right. 4, e-levy must be cancelled. And finally, the EC must also be held responsible for allowing Mr. Quayson to contest. Mr. Bayern, nobody is talking about EC. So, because the person approached the EC, or this EC, so you qualify, go. But now, Kobani say, yep, Bibiana say, your call election, never yet MPP and NDC, the Electoral Commission will go scot-free. Now they call so as in, kind of say, Kumawu, Electoral Commissioner. Office returning officer, a man for signing pink sheet before cry election in Shasiano, an MPP NDC, the Electoral Commission on committee criminal, or go score free. If GYAKYE QUAYSON did not win the election, When the Supreme Court comes out with that judgment, God is looking at all of us. Doku, the frikaswano de abreye. The NPP guy on the show is funny. How can a communicator like Solo compare the Abu Sakandi case to that of GYAKYE QUAYSON? GYAKYE QUAYSON case. Notifafa Frank, Nediwe Abreye. Was what the man is saying is not true. No NDC group ever raised questions about Joe QUAYSON dual citizenship. In fact, no one contested him. In the case of Honorable Samuel Ambel, no one prevented him contesting. This is false. 2020 primaries NDC former call, the former MP called Samuel Ambel was denied the opportunity to even pick a form from the constituency. Or reported to region, the region denied him opportunity to buy a form. He reported to National also denied him. So it wasn't the case. He said nobody wanted to contest. That wasn't the case. Let truth be truth. Because this constituency means team, but I know a lot. We say, in fact, Honorable Samambre sent a man from Akonfide to buy the form for him. He came with 2,000 Ghana cedis, and the man was told to go and add 400 Ghana cedis, which the constituency levy. And the man did not return. Look at this. Party be nomination or say forms near saying 400 Ghana cedis. 2,000. NDC for development fee. You pay when you are going to submit, when you are going to file. It's not when you are going to pick a form. You just expose yourself here. So it's not true that NDC prevented Honorable Samambre. It is true NDC prevented Honorable Samambre from contesting. That is it. Over Greater Accra even this year. NDC for offer forms, so will be able to charge a 10,000 development fee. Offer a form now, you don't pay. When you are filing, that's when you pay. And at a point, the crowd, people were not able to pay at the time of filing. They pay before vetting. Justice, He who asks for equity must come with clean hands. Hi, good evening, Sammy. So the Supreme Court is telling us that they don't know the difference between the election day and the nomination period. Very sad, disappointed, Supreme Court. This should tell Ghanaians that the Supreme Court, they are not perfect. They are not superhumans as we see them. Hi, good evening, Sammy. So the Supreme Court is telling us that they don't know the difference between, okay. Mr. Hunter, please, sometimes it's about using common sense, but not so-called law. But common sense is not common. Sometimes a country we need to consider what will be the benefits the people at the given time, because laws were made by humans and can be amended. We should have allowed the man because of COVID outbreak and development of Assin North constituency and Ghana at large. We blame Isi. Yenya Banasco Nungwani Dieni. Please tell the MPP man that we NDC want QUAYSON as a candidate. What is problem? He can even bring another son if only he has one. They will still lose. So he and his incompetent set of failure to shut up the mouth. Tony Edifree Ashaman. Good evening, Same Hunto. Good evening, Hunto. Thanks for your good work. May Allah bless you. My brother, I think this useless old man and his family and friends want to destroy everything in this country before he dies. But I think we should not give him that chance. And tell Solo to stop the bragging. We are not his children, so we are above where he is. Tanzania Chairman Abubakar Abdallah. Odinye Abubakar Abdallah, and answer Abdallah. Abdullah. Okay. Well, Sammy, good evening. I want to know if President have act unconstitutional. What is his consequences? The consequences. I say my name is Johnny from Pokwase, no de Abba. Good evening, Mr. Sami. I'm writing from Honorable Queensta Mami Pokwa Soya constituency, to be precise, Aguna East. And my name is Nambu Malik Jabel, Assemblyman and Constituency Treasurer for Aguna East. And today's your program has been educative. Your program has educated me very well by NDC member. God bless him. Tomorrow, Honorable GYAKYE QUAYSON is coming to Breku, and you are going to get full videos. I'm grateful. Thank you very much. Send the Fabre, Original TV, Papa, Yenebaje. Go to my Facebook. Open my personal contact. I can't put it here. And I'm into me now number, so because this message must send the ecosystem, so I can't get it. So go to Facebook, search Hunto TVGH, Hunto TVGH. Next, send me Facebook Messenger with your number, and I'll get in touch. Good evening. I'm Kwame from Eastern Region. Please, I want you to ask the NDC man that if you completed your education and your certificate is not yet, can you apply for job without a certificate? This is a question. No. Good evening, Sami. Everyone makes mistake. It's how you respond to correction that shows the level of your character. This what MPP don't know. Freeman Awinyama Edifiko Komlemle. Good evening, Sami. This MPP party don't fear God, so you people should stop saying God is on our side. NDC leadership. So let's go to Nogupo. Period. From Ben Nidieni. Good evening, Sami. Tell my brother NDC man. Tell my brother NDC. May he coach well this MPP man. A very good lesson. Honto, good evening. These MPP communicators does not really understand the Constitution because they do not partake in it. Please, Honto, I think you should read the Constitution in his mother's language to him. Agbeku, Newtown of the way Efraba. Okay, now let's go to because NDC Munama raised the allegation against the Electoral Commission. So you must first give the reason for those allegations, and also NDC for so far more chances as far as this by-election is concerned.
The MPP is desperately looking for a candidate that can match up with Honorable GYAKYE QUAYSON.
Is that your business?
And they are not getting it, okay? Because Omonhu very clear that the evil machinations of Mohachi against Honorable GYAKYE QUAYSON, and the people still love him. Look, GYAKYE QUAYSON is the darling boy of the people of Asinov. No two ways about that. Now, be being what MPP for Beya, no amount of 2 Jimmy, Matisse and Monocram, Pobise Posua Eba, for Momra. After all, money more yet, command more yet, the Yakasolo Coada. Oh, what you were ya a bias of Babacao. Or the saying, Alan Chamasia, or by was say, Alan Cash, great transformation. From Ghana Beyond 8 to Great Transformation Plan. Ghanaians, wise up. And Crofoya, one more. A command the Sulaba, a cool lady, did a good for the bamboo body tea. And they want to mean Kaza. Let me Busa said, the was so much of a pinna kufado, a 3-way power or to a mamma. There and how. A 3-way better Bugana. What got to about wasting?
Don't get personal.
Huh? Personal
OBT has nothing to do with government.
Of course.
No.
That's what I mean. And he has proven it.
No, let's discuss issue.
Yeah, we are discussing issue. The issue is that
we are discussing.
Anything when you enter in Buganda,
we are discussing.
He has proven it. And the Soloti Hey was say Alacha Martin or the neighbor cash platform.
We are discussing Asinov by-election.
Oh yes, and you're part of it. A cash platform. Yeah, have Oba Benamu Jiji was still a and then one mania Mabusha 4 2 can say Okwayem. And that was it. So listen there. Electoral Commission, they have proven themselves to be one of the most useless state institutions in the country. Kekamia, Kiengunu, Yengu Electoral Commission. Now they are better to community be a headmaster and coach non-conduct elections. Or can we are party folks are on polling agent no monje results no mon collect never call national database we are IGP and declare results ni ensure president the following time ni enkoyeni Jen Mensa a letter out saying a boss by the electoral commission in submits letter my boss Sam Jemfi or making specific argument or really specific issue. That issue no say per the ground set forth in the constitution, the qualification to contest elections, no. The electoral commission in cohort with the NPP are trying to bring in a candidate one free as enough war, not only a registered voter in that constituency, not only an eligible voter in that constituency to contest the elections. Now, more response are, you are beating about the bush. Were they able to point out, say, as someone Sameka and Tisana? Were they able to do that? Or that they have engaged in speculations, attacks, and needless vendetta. In any case, one so more integrity. Do the electoral commission do have integrity? Can you look up to Yankopon and say you have integrity? And not Sunday. Gentlemen, Samati said, or your Marco Penny, well, I'm sorry. Mammy, we were your Marco Penny. But man, I say, elder, is that true? These are the people. Are they honest? Are they truthful? When one run electoral commission down, our institutional any integrity build. I don't think what we are saying is that there is machinations. And some, you know something? The people of Arsenal of Omu team and Nigeria, woman who say, Ghana shebre now ekuta womo. Because so no more womo ti hey supervise the mistake. No more de a 3-way bet na Ghana kunya so. Any so minor bono. And now, when here Arsenal seat, akunya ba ko peno. When here that seat just to have a single number against NDC in parliament. Na Ghana form, the boy ansem already crown or the IMF condition every 3 months if you review tariffs, water and light, they be to more. Petru eka every 3 months if you be it's part of IMF conditions. And what a Japan deal on ya or the beba biom. PDS on ya or the beba. American deals on ya or the beba. What is your chrono or bebopa kakraka de guo. And he need just a single seat in parliament to make sure say decisions are parliament may take care. And year 2/3 or 1/3, no majority. Never a simple majority in there. They will bulldoze their way through. And some trust me, they are ready to kill in a sin off in order to make this thing a reality. It needs a resistance. And the team no a sin off should not allow yourself to be used as a conduit to perpetrate this criminal injustice by the government against the people. So, Sammy, the electoral commission has failed to provide the answer to the issues that lawyer Sammy Jemfi raised, but have resorted to maligning NDC, which have always their hobby. So they have boxed so much to a corner. Now issues no be on Mosua. They only seek a ventilating exit by blaming the NDC. We don't care about their blame. We have tabled the issues, we have exposed them. Ghana for Hunipakwa Omoye, and we are monitoring them closely because no candidate who is not qualified will be allowed to contest that send-off seat, as my boss indicated, without resistance. We will resist it. We are only looking forward to see what the electoral commission will do. They must either stand by the people or stand by the government. What plenty were in the commission to do their bidding. No, those bidding days are over. Our eyes are widely awake, and we are monitoring it. This will also set the stage for 2024 elections. And I want to assure NDC, I want to urge the leadership of the NDC, particularly the constituency where these elections are going to take place, and also the region, central region at large, and the party in total, to be very, very vigilant. They can do anything. They can transfer vote from the joining communities, because of these elections. The last election, the number wasn't that huge. Okay? NPP they can do secret transfer of vote and push people to go and vote. They can do it.
This is very simple. 2020 election a year register no NDC will copy, right?
We have a copy.
Okay. And the Electoral Commission, all political parties have copy.
We have a copy.
And the constitution, no. So maybe voter transfer, it has to be done within 42
Oh,
days.
yes.
So with this election, nobody can do
a
voter registration.
Don't do that. Don't
so
do that.
how is it going to be done?
In fact, it's possible for these people.
How? I want you to convince me how.
Not me convincing you. We are dealing with lawless people.
But how would they use their lawlessness to get this?
Sammy, they can't get anything done. They can get it done. Don't you know them? Not even Muhammad or Jesus Christ can preach this guy to change his mind. He knows it. He just takes nasty decisions. So we are watching closely, and we know that the people of Asenov are more circumspect now, and they know what they want. It doesn't matter who they bring. They want. On bet me they, or they saying, "Mampine kufa they require friend saying." Bondi chairman or human.
If you don't know your first lady's name,
you are supposed to know her name.
You are.
No, Dina Mahama na name Dina.
You are.
Or no dear, ma mene di inside here. Yeah. In fact, don't be made the Mamena contest, or better still, they can even make the Japan a co-candidate. We need your American candidate in Mamo MPP for nobody cares, but still they will lose the elections. Look at my face, I'm talking to you. Go and tell them they will lose the elections.
Okay, Solo.
Kingsley, election ba unkobi. O crying so ko election. Wa ko pe hotel biada. Wetie commentary about so ye koye campaign eni gira o kasa se yes sir e ga me ji so be kasa first of all onto ye ti kromu ana electoral commission organize NDC national executive elections me boa e wa Accra Sports Stadium o mo organize we say NDC bo ma baso
e do organize yadio
etia na on the 13th of May 2023 same electoral commission organized a parliamentary and presidential election for NDC Meboa. We ne juada son. Ora Mahama ko Tamale UDS campus auditorium. Eko jina hobo electoral commission abaso a na se ni kabia de koma hon se oma yade pa. Nje ede na ye wo me ya ye trako junior se afide. Electoral commission no eye monsam commission. See me hu Sami Jemfile your friend say first statement no yem not because ade bia ehu but yem sheme say wotro ade we NDC letterhead so you see our NDC letterhead no it is valueless, it is worthless. Yemfa ye hwe nyi a Ghana for emfa party ni serious bi okay. Article 94 there neka eligibility criteria be na person ye member of parliament uhia eye nioma miensa pe anase nan e wo say ye citizen also ye obi a wadi mfie eduonu baako ene nachi eye so ye obi a we are registered voter now e ba se constituency abese okoto ya uko gina no a enye chinchire twanse also oye obi a wa register wo enye sa ne yemra no kire oye obi a ofiri ho no a utumi ko contest ho oye obi a watena wuti kuro no mu anase watena vie num ade kuro no a utumi contest ho enu tiro ehemfa ne kire se gise oye obi a wa register voter ho no a ebema ye ni MPP fo yakwa ko ha ye ho se de obi di kwa akohyem for what reason me no ka say wonto yeyi obi a oba be gina MPP anem
David
enipa mienu ye bi nomination oba pick form eye den na NDC ni sami Jamfi hu say abrante a ye friend Charles Opoku ye be say din hyem enyangwa because wako form a sam ka say omo nko form
me was say once nipa no akofa form say oba be contest or party primaries it means nipa no a registered voter our constituency and Samia Jamfini and this first mom can say nipa no onye registered voter the person might come from that constituency and I say obe free ho name nipa no onye registered voter and vote in the constituency
na bia no ye you need that first of all nkwada say na because of the politics now than the student politics ade a otro yi this is not a serious political party take it from me say me na me ya NPP ni and me hu say enfonso wa branch na oba be e contest election no kan na say no the two dwane bio wo de yen kan the letter no you have say the National Democratic Congress has become aware of plot by the ruling New Patriotic Party acting in cohort with their collaborators in the Electoral Commission to transfer and insert the name of one Charles Opoku into the voters register of the Asin North constituency. This illegal move, my friends here, what I will try the Nankasa acknowledge say, wo source no e say e idea e boni meboa. Enya boni bi the board GYAKYE QUAYSON and you go in the free parliament.
So then now we expect it.
Yeah, me na me ye any no free say no kromo no kro say be boni ekoso a me twa man before ni o makoye be kuta evidence ni na tie that next paragraph be all kan wa na hu say enkwara asem na no mudie wo say our unimpeachable sources just say eye kroje be bi omunya asem ni free ye no eye kroje a just say ye de bowa adanse ye de bowa wo yi hu anyeji enti me na okọ akansi many so adi hunu nyina say me pese NDC di nkunim no you can go into the ballot and now say we be use technicalities say GYAKYE QUAYSON o win election technicalities edinwe jade na gami miama no na saa de ni sinam bia me ba be bom because say de wo kan say the kremoni no kura say e wo so ye obi a wo ye registered voter or constituency ho ana NDC kuta 2020 voter register a wo nim say nim we a na eye mrase wo so ye register voter na me trans na me no na MPP ngongo yi Charles Opoku no na oba election bia me so de akwa akobona me ya china tu
must you watch on to see say obin perpetrating criminality waiting say nipa no on commit crime ni we are then
and all this MPP for
you is that how it's supposed
me asa na me na dey GYAKYE QUAYSON say o di boni ehu ye and you tell us here no
but say we can also say even during NDC primary somebody from NDC from your own account
yes
ekoko raise this issue it means somebody raised that issue nipa no etwa so ko na ko do some pempens way so it was right say nipa no raise that issue at that particular point
no you member of the
NDC no raise here and away so Sami Jamfi said o kan no kra
Sami Jamfi
who said the ekoso ni
Sami Jamfi
but we Ghana ni
onye
stakeholder
Sami Jamfi just
we stakeholder
Sami Jamfi nya na ni so ade hunu say
Sami Jamfi is a stakeholder as far as this election is concerned Sami Jamfi is the stakeholder is a Ghanaian and also a member not just a mere member or a leading member of elected leading member of the party to stake. So are you saying say yes it could be say bia the Sami Jamfi can no correct say nipa no onye registered voter or constituency in Ukraine Sami Jamfi should have kept quiet na nka MPP for nko yini no mo fa na for raise this issue no
House of Folk ne kotoko e crucial league match last match of this of the league season e Accra Sports Stadium House of Folk goalkeeper when you 3 yellow cards emremu ni so bobi kotoko hia 3 maximum points no dey wie league ye hu say House of Folk goalkeeper no a okuta 3 yellow cards na mraman ho kwa so bedim no waba beda post mu line na buy de ba be match ni di nedem me kotoko ni minyansa mu no o se me ko yi House of Folk suture say goalkeeper na oda po nim no ne ho onkeka entimu nyini mfrim is that the logic Sami Jamfi is telling us and there's some here carry but we have to raise the bar and now good you aye bosire muka na me na me won say electoral commission up to date omun siu the party called the NDC they have to begin to sue political parties and individuals so who try throw to commission say dey wono who trade that wo ye say wo ye communication officer of a party say oh ye politics amanyosam baby awudidie eye amanyosam na institution na be mo amanyosam na dimu no da bia no
but say issue of raise the electoral commission didn't respond to
that they don't respond issue and say we no correspond
okay
abra constitution that was say me hia say me registered voter wo baby a me person ko gina and it was me ha me ho say me de kokoshem na nyina so we na me no ka say
you mean the constitution says anyone in registered voter crowd constituency na that person can contest for election
that is it as parliamentary level who here so be registered voter I will be able to ko gina no the here so you be a free sa kro no so And as I want to know if you know any day, and 10 years, emu if you do now what you and sana yeba to abano. And untino, I didn't know yet never hire home. But no credit woman is our question, no, Cecilia Noa. A young brand telephone tasso pocuno. The dear such a baby.
Okay.
Now, NDC, I a free campaign, a man. Every yakra the contender, a chair more than the Quaco contest. A yet, Uquade be elections. Because Sammy Jan fear to me a campaign man. Now, me share electoral commission say, me and Sosi Munoso. I was so started a chance here, and yet the Bianama Banamaka say, yeah, Mala, you must begin to sue political parties. So be sure that you so be good movie, send a bear, Jemansa, they be a brute, so yeah, but NDC to me, and substantiate a single.
Then Dr. Baumia should be the first person at electoral commission.
Meaning how what the cancer for your friend say.
So Dr. Baumia catches over 76,000 foreigners. A room, okay, provide the evidence.
Now I make us say. I was set institutions. Set institution be anwa. You the act of a parliament the establishment. You bet me sue now, so bet me sue.
I know.
And until on what basis we be didn't drop on one, Oman co free. Business as usual. As some what money children what can. Even as a lawyer, any foundation in law, I don't think also a man cocoa.
Okay.
Now what same go for? Instead of some same go for more campaign, no. Mon go campaign. Now what to know o text about we have about throw the highlight you know how okay one talk this solo guy is not truthful. See how he lies about things he did not have a clue because of that welcome he has his beard not growing yeah was my full gra me yini agbeko no tell new ta no tell them no what that was make us say but now was rather now because you say na agbeko adwene you say agbeko adwene.
Sammy, how are you doing? May God bless you for the good work you are doing. I'm Emmanuel from Klagon. We say, listening to the MPP communicator is simply telling Ghanaians the Supreme Court is helping them pay NDC back. Wow. I'm sorry for Ghana. The youth must rise. Hunter, this Sulu guy is not truthful. See, okay, one cause I message me that. Was a good evening, Hunter. Please ask NPP guys Sulu always. They talk about doing so. I want to know how many megawatt MPP add to the power. I would do if we I would do person on topics. So I went to Asin North today, and reading the grounds, Honorable Quayson is winning hands down. And Baba, stranger, the Francine Fosuna de Abre. Good evening, Master. I'm asking Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. He will resign or not before contesting the fundraising. I want to know if our constitution allows that. Message you show me why. Good evening, Monto. I just want to advise my brother, my dear brother Solo, to be careful about the way he has been defending issues. We don't want to hear any complaint when the table turns. Monto, I know you have a lot of information, and what I expect from you is to be bold enough to say what is the truth. I know God is on your side, and we are also praying for you. Keep the good work for our mother Ghana. Mr. Ken from Nsawamno Diabre. Mr. Same, what happens on Mr. President and the good mafia stories? South Africa, as serious country, have dragged their president to parliament to answer questions about Ghana. Question, what about Ghana? We put it under carpet. Why? Please tell the NDC man the EC has never been useless apart from under Akufo-Addo's leadership. Please, natives of Asin North, please, anything the MPP bring, bribe and buy your vote. Take it. After all, they have cheated you for long. As for the EC, you should stop talking of integrity. Maybe one day, that one fine. Sammy, I beg, tell the NDC people to prepare Nanado. Can use the armed forces in Asin North. They shouldn't take this by-election lightly. I voted for Nana Although in 2016, I refused to vote 2020. But now, I will vote NDC. I'm afraid they can kill it easily. I have been with them before, and I know what they can do seriously. Good evening, Sami. The Electoral Commission is becoming more confused whenever there's an issue with this attitude. I can smell danger from Ben. Good evening, people of Asinov are not like Kumau people, as they hooted the attempt by the MPP to use caterpillars to deceive them into voting for them. I'm Baba Stranger from Asin Fusu. Good evening, Sami. You see how weak and wicked these MPP are? Absolutely, for me, that if the NDC had waited for the by-election to take place before raising the issues about the alleged illegal move and took it to court, filed with the opponent, filed with the appointed people, would NDC win? This is Charles from Takoradi. Good evening, Sami. This MPP guy is just empty. Very sad. Oh, that's too low. Good evening, Sami. Please tell the NDC man to reverse his statement that not even Jesus Christ can stop Akufo-Addo. Who is he before Christ? GYAKYE QUAYSON is already a winner, so you should not worry. Akufo-Addo, who pledged to protect the Constitution as a so-called lawyer, what is the charges the other political parties are worked out on? Why is NDC not impeaching the president for the case to die? I get it right, because they are also prepared to do same, and they fear to be impeached too. Corrupt people. Professor Don Cestus one, and the Abraham. All that MPP said against the NDC then is hunting them now. Solo, do you remember when Mahama said that we have to pay realistic power? They said he is wicked. Now, should we describe them? Now, how should we describe them? Question be okay. Now, Amaliba.
Yes.
Supreme Court last week, a ruling said president acted unconstitutionally by asking former Auditor General to proceed on leave. And also, law now, man, penny the buy, yeah. And then man, COVID restriction, or the chairs of Ugum. Or the chairs of Ugum, police reporters to Gumo Brubi. Oh, your argument has fallen flat. And a home crowd of Fuchu. Ashama, a bony minimum to Nikuno, Supreme Court, a scrap it. What should be the consequences? What are the consequences? So, so Ben, the war man, penny. Been acting unconstitutionally, because Supreme Court is saying act near unconstitutional and family.
Before I get to the substance of this issue, the person must solo say. So, when we are talking about lawyer Sami Jemfi, mind your language and know that you are addressing not less a person, but a spokesperson of the NDC, not your houseboy. Get it clear. Okay? Get it clear. Because he's not just the Sami you see, or representing something bigger than yourself and Akufo-Addo as a president of Ghana. Know it. The greatest political movement in Africa, NDC, that is what Lawyer Sami Jemfi represent. Sir? And yet easy for you to get that position. Respect the young man. Okay? Was achieving a greatest feat. Akufo-Addo at 77 couldn't have been able to achieve it and cannot achieve it till the end of his life. Get it right. Secondly, what's the Electoral Commission, NC political parties? Secretary Japan, does it include former commissioners? Any member of say, be prepared to seek in the Japan. Muna Mudi, Salto say, tell me can say, Sabi Mamano, or Nissis in the Koji Pus. Obirio.
What can say?
Can the Japan can say?
What can we?
Kano, who was your kind?
Kano Kuma.
Kano Kuma. ene ope president adi mpeninsi ke dia afafa kede to abani so
man topic ana
untitwi ye dia afafa ka boa chede na fa bofo kane nko wodo kane ne ba no hu wadi ka hu dada enti se penkrofo si wo mo a mo MPP Bilateral Commissioner kamuni baby jina get it right to me Sammy expect this kind of funny judgment coming from the Supreme Court. To me, I see it as a funny judgment. It is a forecast judgment by the court in preparation towards future event. As NDC ba Bemua, we will be gagged by these rulings. Said Ebeya, Omampine Kufuado, the state capture agenda wa creating and then the weaponization of state institutions that were building, we will not be able to touch them because the court have said, say, they are unconstitutional. There been a court in science. Or that wisdom occurred to the court after Justice Kwesi Enin Yabua everyone.
Yabua, and Yabua.
I don't also be new.
Me
Yabua. So
I mentioned the name as I see it.
Sure. And that correct pronunciation is Yabua. Justice Kwesi Enin Yabua. Yabua.
Very well. When I walk, me dey minim na me born. Is it because after he left? The court no matter the judgment. No ultimate the federal judgment there is a problem somewhere. Particularly the judgment on birth certificate. In a Japanese book written by allegedly Dankwa Institute, forwarded by Oforiata Yinimomo, Kabekano Oforiata, Duke Oforiata, Hot Oforiata. In page 33, one more cash say, is it page 31 rather? That the judgment was made because of 2020 elections. Said a lot of people will not get chance to register to vote, particularly in NDC strongholds. And they have said expressly in that book, they say they control the judiciary. And they control Justice Jammeh, is that the name? The chairman of Ghana Judges Association or something. Or because say sometimes they relied in their friends at the Flagstaff House to get their allowances paid. So is this judgment a handshake to their friends they rely on to get their allowances paid from the Flagstaff House? If not, Tamwa or more day as some court no didn't say after a judgment in the. But what did Justice Domelevo reaction to the court now? It is very shocking. Akufo-Addo Babem was a more coroda. My union of material who in to be more coroda. And in Timonfa can and Sheminsa. Abiom Osaka said, "Well, no pass of Bobo cell developing can the one the bidder, and they were Bobo cell on my nabo."
1 minute.
Ye come and penny or Bob chrono. And the chrono dying sorry, Mampedi Akufo-Addo.
A better what you are so Mampedi Bokrono, Abra winning.
Many day.
Take your time.
Or some many day.
Kasa.
Or some many day. Host Ladoye, one a Jadam journalist, I called about you so feel your friend is saying. I'm going to Happy FM 2016. We Jacob Zuma, Mahamad, a Toshuminu in Africa, a background of Bomua. No more evidence. It pleased you because you wanted power.
Do you can you pay?
Me can't pay. Ya chima Penia Akufo-Addo in camera. I want a brown envelope. Or Kutadari or ho. Or Jebra Baro Trade or ho. Alistair Matthias. As some of the cover of Penia Akufo-Addo. Criminal be what you ask him, your Penia Akufo-Addo or the number.
Solo.
What kind of a man are you?
Consequences.
Maybe yes, or maybe you cry.
Tamason.
Not in the OG town, sir.
Tamason.
Well, if you can't, your man a year on Kakuti Jano. No claim, say. Justice Supreme Court here a while ago near Kase. Said be omi bonko so. So one a master ruling anambwa. It tells you say uncle yama wa no just say na enye no kre no mudi. Bra je o hwe Domelevo asem no. And a direct confrontation of the president
And it took them 35 months.
Before you say a best Supreme Court, on bet me ayo on your man tentem so, but constitution in my timelines be a court also change apart from election petition. So as a minor, say per se and your my bet me the timelines are to say in same be saying.
But do you think that to be a manako leave no was about 100 months or so, and somebody is seeking justice to know said the action was constitutional or unconstitutional. Why train Amasa 100 and something days in HM? It took you 35 months. 35 months. Almost 3 years. Nipa na call retirement to create your penalty to rule na the buy and what's the consequence?
What's your tears here? They say assembly a bedroom Supreme Court be here mobi. It is all the other courts why courts. Cases no what the young yansin obi. You bet me I say so
can we say when go to hospital and Crawford that bed the more doctors nurse for so much more. Obi akonya accident critical the number was said anybody kill so because Crawford
obi sia ne ya ebia ono no de no hu ne se de mo kwa kohero wenya accident no mo bu adam kra ne se parmality gaga
obi na wenya sa emergency oba na waka no awowu ne obi wenya accident owu e de na to ambulance na ba emergency no tell ni ko di queues because Crawford da hoda da ye
na obey dem hu se cases na Supreme Court animu nyina na enye emergency situation emergencies be 30 ne go ana mo hwe ana me ka se ye betimi ahye won kura ne se ya na asem beto omanimu a ombedi ne tentem so na to the sense omadi asem na mana ba won mo a edi nkun me hu ne se ye nkunimdie for domlevo me hu ne se ye nkunimdie for Ghana me hu ne se ye Supreme Court no omo nya nkofo asabi otwe omo akoba nguma no mkoba otwe omo nifa no agba be bia asem no da no perepere ye no mupe. It is anko yama wa ya yensusu ni wa atem because court ngwani baby a ukwa two outcomes one win here ubelusu na lusu ya na di wa atem u win dia hey court ya so na trial the same Supreme Court at 2013 edi election petition case ema urajo mama ya tikrom ha ana omo asa bedi election petition ma NPP afide omo bedi ma NPP dia from unanimous FC Yeditia MBBDia ya mondi. Esa no na ye say institutions no. Na wo bitazo obi officer, ebi obi one officer no go court da nti court hu hia. Se wade bi ahwero ana wadi ti court aka obi hu se court hu hia pa. Eno ti amra na nkasa ye di adwuma no so se judge fom a emra na kire kwan so obetumi dia correct hu. Because o me nipa so le fom. Me fi se ba ye no so no, o man pani so asomu nukrem what is obi etiatia na obi hu aka obi aye omani ye chekere omanpeni can get it right always ofa your friend is saying covid ye nso a when it twase na emergency eno jade ye emergency de na se ni nyira ko it is almost ye ka se ni pantra dem no na ye unconstitutional eno boa me mbra se de be ya next time the covid part 2 ba o ma bani bia o te so e ala na te so a obehwe no aye ni yie na yakoye nim we echiwaji bia ni hu ni se gofo atiko apa ya ntore bia na o mo aka na amale baba betra izem hunu ana waka no okun ba bi o dwin wa on jaze
or after the election, and he or she winning, the interpretation of the law is not. They have already caused financial loss to the state. Tell the MPP man that Adamu Sakande issue is totally different from the
law 1, 2, 3 rather.
Sammy, the president needs to be in court for the lives lost during COVID-19 restriction, which the Supreme Court is now saying it's unconstitutional. But this will never happen because he appointed all those judges, so they cannot do that. They couldn't even invite Ken Ejapong on Ames Wallace's case. Shots from Takoradi. Good evening, Hunter. You have taken the title Last Man Standing from Bobi. That's good work for Malaga. Idris Tari Eliki Africa. And that's about Abusiafo. Azara Kesiam Koma Yemian Solomon Owusu, National Communications Team member NPP, Iralan Public Semantic Campaign. Was Yami Adumwa, Yawada, Iralan Semantic Air Launch, the cash platform, right?
I know.
A cash platform.
What the latest Ala Diallo?
It will be a shame. I didn't say Ala Semantic, the cash for the boys, cash for the.
Not for the people, cash for the boys.
Offer.
What's it?
Offer message in Brady and Trump Barbara said, do so.
Do I?
Oh, I said no. Latest by. Oh, sir. The party will move on Thursday. So I will follow the party.
Oh, wow, I track him because I got you and I got your baby.
Hey, Charlie.